Well, hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is Enchanted Cottage on the road doing your love reading. We are going to find out about the new person that maybe has just come in or is coming in, Sagittarius, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will. And if you want to dig into your situation in more detail, well, guess what? You can. Everything that you need to know to book a personal reading is in the description box below this video. And you will always find that below the video in the description box below my most recent video. That's the only way to book a personal reading with me, and I let you guys reach out to me first. That way I don't reach out to you first. If anybody does that, it's not legit, okay? So y'all, with that being said, Saggy gang, let's get started on your reading. We're going to start by getting a vibe check on you, Sagittarius, and see what you need to know, any adjustments you need to make in your own world, energy work, that sort of thing. Let's just take a look, Saggy gang. We'll do a vibe check on you, and then we'll see what you've got coming in, okay, Saggy? Let's find out. Let's find out, Sagittarius. Let's find out. See what we can find out. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, I think you are working on yourself and working on things, doing a lot of energy work. I think you're making progress. You know, I think you're still looking to achieve some balance. I think you probably are still wrestling with something that happened in the past that was unfair, okay? You may be having some struggles, but things are going to turn around, okay? The reason I say that, and I feel like you think there are things you don't see, okay? And maybe you're right, okay? Maybe you're right, but you know what? And I think, like I said, I think you're trying to get some balance. I think you're working through some anger issues, bitterness associated with the past. Okay, we all know we can't harbor those things forever. And I think you realize that because the very first thing out is the Knight of Pentacles. You're headed for an eventual positive outcome. The key here is to be patient, okay? And this is the turnaround card, things turning around for you, because we're talking about you and reading your energy. And it won't be all that long like you think that you're going to be, ready to move forward. I think you're feeling impatient, okay? And you feel like you're in limbo. Okay, you're not. The Hanging Man offers you a new perspective, and that's to trust the process and be patient. You're headed for an eventual positive outcome. You're right where you're supposed to be. You got to trust the divine on this, okay? Things will happen and turn around for you exactly when they're supposed to and when you're ready, and not a minute before. Because the last thing we want to do, Sagittarius, is if we're in some kind of healing mode or doing energy work on ourselves, shadow work, you know, the last thing we want to do is jump into a relationship before we're relationship ready, because it will, you know, manifest a disaster that we really don't want to see happen for any of us. So with that being said, Saggy, I hope that kind of gives you some insight, okay, as to this whole thing. All right, so you have pulled Libra, fire, earth, and air for what it is worth, okay? All right, yeah, you pulled a distance card for whatever it's worth, okay? All right, so let's see about what you may have coming in, Sagittarius. Let's see what you may have coming in. As far as those of, you know, I don't know where you're all, I know, on different timelines as far as, you know, working on things, feeling like your relationship ready. I understand that, Sagittarius. So, you know, depending on where you are on this thing, at the point in time that you know, kind of dip your toe in the water and start dating, and some of you may have already met somebody. Let's get some attributes of the person or persons, right? If you have multiple options, right? Coming in, let's see what we can find out and dig a little deeper into the energy of the person or persons, right, that come along your path from a romantic standpoint, Sagittarius. Let's see what we can find out. Let's see what we can find out. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I think your person is kind of undergoing a transformation, okay? And kind of still working on some things from their past. So I think this is probably going to be a little slow because of that. That they really are in a situation where they need to release their past still. okay? And so, you know, not to call you out, but I really think that may be because I think the reason you have attracted somebody that still needs to release their past is perhaps because many of you are still kind of holding on to something from the past. You know, one of my favorite types of readings is somebody who books a reading with me, and the first question is, you know, when am I going to reconcile with my ex? And then the second question is, what is blocking me from new love? Okay, the answer is in question number one. It's because you're still hung up on your ex. And so if you're still hung up on your ex, that's why you've attracted someone that's not healed yet. I think this person is going to heal. I do think this person is a soul connection. I hope it's not a lesson. We're going to dig into this, okay, even more. But, you know, this may be a lesson. Soul connections come along, not just for romance. More often than not, it's not about romance. That's, you know, when that does happen, it's really just a nice byproduct, okay? I'll just be honest with you. But this person is undergoing a transformation. They're still in healing mode, okay? There's still truths that they've got to come across that are probably going to be pretty abrupt and unpleasant in their world. They're really not ready to move forward right now, Sagittarius, and I know why. It's because of this right here and this thing in their past, okay? And they've still got to do a lot of energy work, okay, before they can turn this into this and to, you know, turn this into this. So this is going to be a slow burner at best. We're going to get a probable outcome on this thing to see if things turn around. I do know that they're undergoing a transformation. They are healing, but there's a lot left on the person that I'm reading for. And if I can be completely frank with you, Sagittarius, I started your reading and started recording and got to this point and said, I'm not reading a shit reading, and I deleted it and started over, and damned if I didn't pull the same damn cards. Sure did. Sure did. So this was a message that someone needed to hear. And if you don't believe this, my daughter, who won't come on camera, but she'll probably affirm it verbally that happened because she heard the whole thing. So someone needed to hear this message. If it's not your story, great. You know, go forward and be blessed and understand that not all Sagittarius folks are having the same romantic experience. And I hope it's not your story, okay? You know, there are Sagittariuses that are 4 years old that think other people that are of the romantic type have cooties. There are Sagittarius people that have been married 50 years and are happy, and there are people who are in relationships and who are happy, and then there are those who are single and still hung up on their ex. And somebody watching this video, that's you, okay? And you know if it's you, okay? And you know it's hard to, and there is nothing wrong with being hung up on your ex for a period of time. At some point you do have to release them. What's wrong with that is when you go out and try to date, and that's who I'm talking to right now, okay? And what you're going to do is manifest another disaster. That's exactly what this is, okay? If you're not careful. I'm going to get a probable outcome on this thing, but it is what it is, Sagittarius. I cannot lie, okay? I cannot lie. All right, yeah. I mean, I have to read the cards as they are, okay? So we have pulled Scorpio twice. We have pulled Leo. In the minor arcana, we have pulled fire, air, and earth. Not a bit of emotion here for what it's worth, Sagittarius. Sorry, it is what it is. But the emotion is probably towards the past. That's what that's about. When you are hung up and you're hurting, you really can't develop feelings, not legit ones, for someone new. You can become obsessed and addicted to someone, but you can't develop true emotions. All right, Sagittarius. What is the probable outcome on this thing? Is this thing going to turn around? Is this person going to heal and you guys live happily ever after, like the Cinderella Disney stories? Or let's see what we have going on here. You know, you can disrupt this energy, okay? You can disrupt this energy if this is your story. And, you know, if you know that you're hung up on your ex and you're talking to someone new, trust and believe they are too. Or they're broken in some way, because vibrationally, that's just energy. It's just science. That's just the way things roll. And that's why, like me, I've been on the, you know, hamster wheel of failed relationships so many times because I went into things broken and I attracted broken people. Point blank, period. All right. Let's see where we see this thing going from here. Let's see where we see this thing going from here. All right. I've got unfinished business here with the world in reverse. I've got releasing and work, yeah. It's a superficial relationship. I've got emotional codependency. Okay, so here's a probable outcome. I'm just going to show you what it is. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Somebody moving forward impulsively, okay? And then going back out just as quick as they came in with the Knight of Swords in reverse. We have unfinished business, either with the ex or you, or probably both. Then we have, you know, making a long-term commitment, okay? And then we have releasing themselves from this. And then we have working on themselves, or, you know, combativeness or what have you. Then we have tragic loss. Then we have emotionally closed off, emotionally unavailable, emotional codependence. And then we have inaction, blocked communication, or poor communication. That is your probable outcome, Sagittarius. I know there are Sagittariuses that listen to me that this is not where you're vibing. You know if this is your story or not, okay? And you know that you know me well enough to know that we are both mature enough to know, for those of you Sagittariuses who are vibing better, and you know this is not you, we both know, and we'll say, you know, namaste, thank you for reading for the person this is for, I will catch you on the next Sagittarius reading. We both know that, okay? Not every Sagittarius is having the same experience, but someone is, and someone did need to hear this, so there it was. So we have fire, water, earth, and air, and Aquarius for what it is worth. I mean Aries for what it is worth, okay? So let's pull from the romance oracles. I haven't even pulled them out of my box yet for when I was on the road. Romance oracles for you. Romance oracles. Let's take a look at the romance oracles. Maybe we'll get a different story for some of the other Sagittarius folks. Maybe we'll get a different story. Maybe we'll get a different story. You have to stay optimistic about your love life, okay? If you believe all you can attract are jerks, that will be true. That will be true, okay? And some of you, it's spirituality that's the problem, and some of you are wrestling because of unrequited love, which is basically one-sided emotion, where somebody doesn't feel for you and you feel for them, okay? Some of you, this is a finance or career issue, okay? And some of you, here's the root of the problem right here. You need to heal family issues. And you know, many folks, myself included, we stepped into the dating world fresh, all broken, okay, because of childhood issues and family issues, okay? And and it's all about paying attention to the red flags, okay? There you go. And here we go. Release your ex. There it is. All right. I knew that was coming eventually. All right, so let's get a quote or two from you guys. If this was your story, I would really recommend a couple of things for you. I would recommend that you hit my Twin Flame playlist, okay, because that will help you understand why you're having trouble releasing a person, okay? And also, I would hit my Shadow Work playlist, okay, on my channel, okay? All right. Mind. This is a three-way conversation between the mind, heart, and soul, okay? The mind, you know we failed, right? And the heart says, and we're allowed to start again. And the soul says, and again if we have to, right? Just remember, there are no such things as failures. It's only learning opportunities, right? And anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything into which it is poured. Mark Twain, right? There you go. Trust my nudges, the universe. There you go. All right. And needing to be busy all the time is a trauma-based response and a fear-based distraction from what you would otherwise be forced to face. And that's what we've been talking about. All right, Saggy Gang, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the likes and comments and the dislikes. They help me too. So all of that helps me on YouTube. The comments, regardless of what you say, it puts me in the YouTube algorithm, search algorithm. So thank you for all of that. For those of you that are going to argue with me about this, I will just let you know in advance how graciously thankful I am when you are going to dislike. Many blessings.